Today we take it to the debate desk. Golden State fell short while the Cavs reigned supreme. Does this make LeBron James the NBA's king? And where does Golden State rank on the all-time greatest flops list? We'll debate this and more. That Sports Dude starts right now. Steph Curry and Golden State fell short of complete possibly the greatest season, not only in NBA history, but in sports history. Only question remaining now is, where do they rank on the all-time greatest flops list? Here to debate this is Antonio Streater, Montel Halftime Jackson, and of course, Fitzgerald. So, take it, fellas.
We're going to talk about what we rank Stephen Curry amongst the biggest flops of all time. And I preferably think that Stephen Curry is ranked number 3 all time. And it's next to Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets with Kevin Garnett, Brook Lopez, and what's the other guy name? Joe Johnson and Gerald Wallace and them. They got about 33 All-Star games between them. So let me
ask why?
I'm about to tell you why. Let me finish.
No, I'm saying
they have 33 All-Star appearances between just them 4 apiece. They have 3 rings just between them. And you couldn't get out the first round of playoffs. You barely made it as an 8th seed. I think that's a flop for seasons.
I mean, you jumped back like a year and a half ago.
No, he
said they're disbanded. Like Darren Williams not even there no more.
No, you missed the point.
Their All-Star is Brook Lopez.
You missed the point. Did you hit the point? The question was where they ranked amongst the biggest flops. There was a flop.
How was there a flop if they never succeeded?
First of all, they gave up all these first round picks to 2019. That's the next time they would ever get a pick.
Okay.
They gave up basically their future for a win-now situation.
They just tried to do what everybody else did.
They started it. They started after the Boston Celtics. What I mean by flop, Brook Lopez was the best offensive center at that time, offensive. You got Joe Johnson just coming off a 20-something point year with Atlanta Hawks and Phoenix Suns. Then you got Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett having their best season career-wise, just coming from Boston.
So you saying what it is
so
to me?
Hold on. Then you got Darren Williams come from Utah, where he averaged season high, was considered one of the best point guards outside of Chris Paul. They was battling for the best point guard when he came to Brooklyn. That's why we paid him $100 million. That's why we let Joe Johnson come to $80 million contract. That's why we took Gerald Wallace $40 million contract. We took Paul Pierce $30 million. We took Kevin Garnett $30 million. We spent more on a cap than any team in the NBA in the last past 3 years with just them two. We had 4 players on our roster making over $15 million. 3 of them making 20 plus. And LeBron James didn't even make that money at that time then. They was getting paid more than that. And you couldn't get us out the first round, or you barely could make it to the playoffs.
So you saying
I blame it on the coaching.
So you saying they're big all-stars, they're big 3.
It was a coach flop. It wasn't a team flop.
So you said they needed Rajon Rondo to succeed? That's what it sounds like to me.
Rondo,
coming with them two coming out of Boston, really leading that team. You saying they needed Rondo as that keystone player instead of Darren Williams.
How did you get that out of that? I'm saying
because it sounds like what you saying is the big 3. They stole the big 3 from Boston and tried to steal some championships.
No,
got a few more keystones. Let me finish. What you saying is they stole their big 3. Got a few key pieces around. They couldn't get that third piece in Rajon Rondo without the salary cap.
The biggest flop.
And then putting like well-rounded bench players such as Brook Lopez.
He wasn't on the bench.
Not Joe Johnson. Probably.
One was on the bench. I could tell you the bench was Sean Livingston.
No, I'm talking about well-rounded bench players. These are considered well-rounded bench players.
Sean Livingston is the best backup point guard in the NBA now.
Listen, when I say that, I mean all-stars that were really overrated, like some sort of overrated, such as Zebo. Your boy Mike Conley, that's another one.
He didn't play with us.
But still, I'm giving examples.
I know, but they're not bench players. Them players are bona fide all-stars.
Well-rounded bench players that are all-stars.
They're not bench players, though. Zach Randolph.
But who would take their spot on that team? That's why they're well-rounded bench players. They're all-stars right now. But say Russell Westbrook wanted to take a trip to Memphis. Mike Conley would no longer be a name.
No, Russell Wilson will go to the shooting guard. Mike Conley will be the starting point guard. He's a better point guard than Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a better offensive weapon. Russell Westbrook's not a point guard; he's a shooting guard.
So you would rather have Mike Conley run your offense than Russell Westbrook?
That's a good choice. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Mike Conley's more level-headed. Russell Wilson.
So why not put him at the 2 to keep Westbrook level?
Did you just hear what I just said? I just said that you do.
No, you said you have Westbrook at the 2.
I said you put Russell Westbrook at the shooting guard, right or wrong? And I said you have Mike.
But I
Leave the
have
drugs alone. And we're gonna get back to the topic, like I was saying. And my number 2 flop, I would say with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
Why? They collected 2 rings.
Okay, and they lost 1, right? Then they lose.
They just lost 1.
Okay,
They actually lost 2.
And how did they lose? And I'm gonna tell you 2 teams they lost against that didn't have half the stars they had. San Antonio didn't even have the Kawhi Leonard then.
Ho.
Patriots 16 and that's
Wait a minute.
We gonna get
Because
to that.
yes, they did have Kawhi Leonard. And I remember because Kawhi Leonard picked LeBron piece by piece. I will say that. I will give Kawhi Leonard his props on that. They did have Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs. So he didn't play? He didn't play in that championship game. He won the Keystone. He won the game. He won the NBA Finals MVP.
Not with them. Not when he did.
Who else he played for?
That was his first year when they
Who
did.
else
They
he
lost.
played for, Montana?
No, that wasn't with them. You missing the point. What I'm saying.
Who else he played for, Montana?
No, he only played for San Antonio. You missing.
All right.
Bro,
So
are
who
you
he collected his
comprehending anything I'm
MVP
saying?
for?
Bro, did you hear what I said?
No.
see,
Repeat what
bro.
you said.
What I said, he didn't win that. When LeBron James lost, Kawhi Leonard didn't win the MVP that year. He won it the next time he won the championship. He got 2 rings.
We not talking about the year
I was talking about the
LeBron won.
flop
We talking about the
season.
year LeBron lost, right?
No, we're not talking about LeBron lost. We talking about the biggest flops, the teams. I'm talking overall.
Overall.
The team, that's what
But
we
this
talking
all
about.
gonna crash back on LeBron or something.
No, it's not. How?
This not gonna be about team play. This not gonna be about the refs. This not gonna be about.
It's about the
This
whole
not gonna be
not
about
just
Mario
the-
Chalmers,
he
Dwayne
said
Wade,
fine.
Birdman, Chris Bosh. This gonna be about.
Okay,
LeBron
and the
and
next flop, I would say I would give it to the Patriots. How they flopped in Super Bowl.
You only had
Made
2
Super Bowl
flops.
You
history.
Johnny.
said you had 2.
Okay, first of all, you guys missed the point, and then we don't have to.
How the Patriots flop?
So the Patriots flopped. They went 16
and 0.
and Randy Moss set a receiving record, and Tom
Oh, I thought
Brady
you was talking
set a
about
passing touchdown
3 years
record,
ago.
and they lost against a team who barely made it to the playoffs in a wild card, which is Eli Manning.
Who went like 9 and 7, something?
What, 8 and 8?
8 and 8.
8 and 8.
Then they beat them again a couple of years later, and they only went 9 and 7.
I will
they
say
flopped
this
Flopped
without
twice.
without it being like a game series in the NFL, like any type of series with a 3-game series or even a 2-game
It can't be a
series.
2-game series. 'Cause what if they both win one?
But listen, I know it's a 1-game decision in the NFL, but
That's what makes it better.
I know, and that adds suspense, and that puts it on that put that anything can happen card on the table. You know, any team can win at any given night. You could
That's
be
basketball,
you
too.
could be the number 1 team in the league one night
And
and
lose.
fall right off that mountain the next night in the
That's what's more
playoffs.
exciting. It's harder to work at. It's
Just
like
like the
work
Packers.
hard.
The Packers get picked off by almost the same team every year.
So who?
Little do you know,
Who? Packers?
the Packers.
They get who?
What team is that? What team you think that is?
What they get picked off by?
They get.
They get like the life just gets sucked from them by this one team. Anytime they play them.
You talking about line?
Mm-mm.
I don't know what team y'all talking
The
about.
Vikings.
No, that's a lie.
Watch the Packers play after they play the Vikings.
Bro, it's a lie. That's coming from a Vikings fan. That is a bona fide lie. Am I wrong? That's a
I
bona
mean,
fide lie.
yeah, but they might get the victory, but they'll play after.
Cause look, the year
It
Adrian
declined.
Peterson almost broke the record, the Eddie Dixon record. They beat them, and they Vikings beat the Packers in the regular season. And they had to play them the next week in the playoffs, and the
they
Packers
lost.
knocked them out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Packers beat us twice that year. We beat them once. But that's off topic. The topic I'm talking about is the flops. And I say Tom Brady's my number 2 flop with the Patriots. My number 3, I'm gonna scoot it back and I'm gonna put Golden State back there. And number 1, I'm gonna put Brooklyn Nets. I'm not gonna put LeBron. I'm gonna take them out of it. That's my top 3, preferably, and for those reasons.
My top 3 flops would be top 3. I would have to put Cam Newton 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah, Cam Newton had to be 3rd. Like that was amazing. That was really amazing. You win. How many in there? Let me know. How many in there?
15 and 1.
How
They
many
went
in there?
15 and 1.
15
Patriots
and
went
1?
16 and 0. Lost in it, so they Patriots.
So
if
that
you go by that,
so their
Patriots
record was
automatically
like
be higher than
so their record was like
Excuse me.
If you going off
19 and 2?
should automatically be higher.
Like that whole record was like 19 and 2.
15 and 1, 15 and 2, like 17 and 18 and 2, something like that.
19 and 2.
18 and 2. Because if you was 19, that means you won the Super Bowl. They won 19 games.
No. It's 19 because they
How they
won.
go
They
from 15
won.
and 1 in the
Didn't they
regular
win? Didn't they
season
lose
to
one in
19?
the regular season?
They lost one game.
Yeah, and then they lost that playoff, that championship game.
That's 2
so
games.
that's
and
19
they
and 2.
only played 3 games in the playoffs.
But
not
the
4.
point is,
So that's
how is they
17.
the flop? How is
Right.
they a flop?
I mean, they really choked. Like after dismantling
But
every
that mean
team,
the
in the,
Patriots-
after dismantling every team in the league, blowing out almost every team by at least
Before-
15 points,
Can I ask you one question?
more than
One
like
question.
2
Can I
scores.
ask you one
and
question
a-
that's
and
for
a-
sure they're not a flop?
Go ahead.
Before they did all that, what did you expect the Panthers record to be?
I
Before they
honest-
had this
for real, I honestly expected the Panthers to march in there and just tap.
No, I said before Panthers season, when they lost Kelvin Benjamin, he didn't even play, remember?
I
The-
expected I ain't even
What
I
did you
expected
expect
the
the
Panthers to be some dog. I was like, oh yeah, Panthers.
like regular
I said we
season.
might as well forget
There was no talk about the Panthers.
As soon as
So-
Kelvin Benjamin got hurt.
A flop is built on excitement like Cowboys. That's a flop. A flop is built on
Everybody-
excitement as in,
Hold on,
let me tell you
hold
what I
on.
mean. Can I tell you
Whoa.
what I mean? Let me tell you what I mean by it.
No,
A flop is a team.
I'm not gonna let you throw that.
No, let me tell you what I mean by it though. A flop is a team that you be like, all right, you coming to the end, you expect them to do good.
Everybody thought
We
the Seahawks
expected
was
Golden State to do good because they won a championship.
We expect the
expect
Seahawks.
LeBron James to do good because he's LeBron.
Well,
We-
I
no, let me
expected
tell you,
Cam to
we
do good
expect
because
Jordan
he
and teams to
went
do
18
good.
and
You know,
17 and 1. I
you
mean,
know what I'm saying? We
15
expected
and
Tom Brady
14
them
and
to
1.
beat Eli and them. Them are flops because you had expectations through the whole year and you lived up to it until crunch time.
So he lived
So-
up to his expectations.
No,
until first time.
Cam Newton didn't have them expectations.
They didn't
People
have
talk about Carolina might need a new quarterback next year
Yeah.
if he didn't fulfill his duties last year, which is the
almost-
dude, the
almost
only
stopped.
quarterback since Tom Brady throw 4,000 yards in 3 years, twice. And I'm like, people was considering Cam Newton gonna be a bust if he didn't do nothing next year. And him alone, without Kelvin Benjamin, without a run game, he had a good solid defense, quote unquote.
He made Ted Ginn a good receiver.
I don't know if
Ted
you're
Ginn
moving
can't
too
catch.
fast or did you hear yourself? You just
I don't
said.
think you understand.
You
But
just
all
said.
Cam
You
Newton
just
had
said
was a
Cam
good
Newton
tight
had no expectation to live up to in crunch time.
He did.
In the Super Bowl, he had nothing to live up to.
Panthers didn't have no
He had no.
expectations.
He had
Before
no.
the
He had
season
no
started-
golden record standing behind him to look
Before
to
the
live
season
up to.
started, what did you expect?
He had no dynamo team to go into this to look up to.
No.
Who did Panthers have with
Who
Kelvin
knew-
Benjamin?
Nobody knew.
No. He didn't have a vulnerable opponent, and Peyton Manning only playing like 3 games this season
That's
to look up
much.
to.
Peyton Manning was moving.
He
right
had
into
an
him.
easy dub. The only thing really beat him out was that defense. And the fact that he really couldn't score and throw the ball like he
Because his
wanted to.
receivers was dropping the ball though.
He
But
couldn't
that's
throw,
not a
and
flop.
he listen. That
Hold
comes
on,
off
Cam
him.
Newton?
That comes off him getting. That comes off.
We didn't watch the same TV show. We definitely watched the TV.
Paul George. He had all around skills.
He let him say it.
What makes you think Paul George went to the Eastern Conference Finals 3
I
times?
give you a step out Paul George. He led the playoff
Back
in
to
points
back.
before they got kicked out. He led the playoff in
Exactly,
points.
thank you.
And in the crunch game, when he had a bum Roy Hibbert, which is he's a scrub, a bum, and some. All of them are bums and some. Paul George is the best single, most valuable player in the NBA compared to a team. If Indiana let Paul George go, they'll be waiting for another player like another 30 years from now. I
30
promise you.
years. I'm trying to
I
tell
promise
you.
you.
I'm going where
I
I'm
can
Paul
guarantee.
George. I can tell you that right
I can
now.
almost guarantee Larry Bird would never let Paul George go.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I say he's the most
So
valuable.
does he go?
Now, the
Indiana worse than 76ers.
the best player in the league, the best player hands down, and always I'm gonna call him the best player. And it's
Well,
not
I got a
LeBron.
question. Is the 76ers cursed?
I
Hold
don't even
on,
think
bro,
they
we
should.
don't
They
talk
got
about
like
that.
a whole starting five full of first round, first draft pick franchise bona fide players.
They can't.
But they can't win a championship. But that's off subject.
Because first of all, you got
But-
teenagers literally trying to run an NBA team. That's what it is. They're freshmen coming into NBA. Wrong subject. That's another tape.
Yeah.
But the point I was making is the best all-around player, the best player in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard, hands down. Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the NBA. LeBron James can't guard him, or LeBron James can't get past.
Put Paul George on.
Look at
Kawhi
LeBron
Leonard,
interview
see what
on
happens.
ESPN first take when they asked who was the hardest player you played against in your career, and he would tell you Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, Kawhi
And-
Leonard is
and
a real competitor and
Kawhi
a real
Leonard's-
beast in his own right, but still.
Right.
Put
And look-
Paul George on Kawhi Leonard. We gonna see what goes.
I think what I think is
Jesus. Kawhi Leonard's a
Leonard-
final MVP in his second year. He's a walking double. He could do a triple double if he want to.
Yeah.
It's just not his game. He's smarter than stats. That's what consider him the best player in the league. If you look at it, Tim Duncan was literally washed up when they won a championship. Manu Ginobili washed up when they won a championship. Tony Parker, he's falling into the washed up lane.
Nah, he wasn't
Tony
washed up.
Parker, when healthy, is the best point guard in the league. When healthy, he got
Nah,
more
he the best
experience. He got a
inside
better
player.
pedigree, and you can't stop him when he's healthy. I promise you can't. But in my sense, Kawhi Leonard is the best player. I would say my second best player, then I would put LeBron James. My third, then I would put Stephen Curry. My fourth, I'm going to put Paul George. My fifth, Andre Drummond.
Oh,
I can't do
the
nothing
Marcus
but agree
Cousins
with
better than Andre.
What did
Drummond.
you just
boy,
did you just
smoking
put together like a
biscuits.
starting five? Hey,
Boy,
matter
you're
of fact,
smoking biscuits.
hey
Paul
Chris,
George
is this
needs to
all
go
right?
a
Can we
little
put together
higher
like a
than
starting five of our best players in the league?
Yeah, that's what I
Because
do.
I have this
yeah.
I like to take my list straight from ESPN, is straight from the horse mouth. The greatest top five players been released today, or was it yesterday?
No, we talking about Jones. Give us yours.
I agree with this. This is basically my list, except it was. I'm gonna tell you what it was. Except it was
The best player.
at point guard. It was Magic Johnson, which I agree.
No,
I strongly agree.
You're
I
off
strongly
subject. You're
agree.
off subject. The best players in
Now,
the league
they not-
now, not the past,
Now?
not the, of all
Yeah,
time. We
that's
talking about all
playing.
time. None of these players would be in a bunch.
That's playing.
We're talking about best players now.
And I hope you wasn't gonna put LeBron.
I'm
James
trying to tell you,
at
Skip Bayless be tripping.
At point
But-
guard.
But
At point guard. Coming in, I got Kyrie. I got
I
Kyrie.
know you was gonna bite that way.
I got Kyrie. I got Kyrie, bro. As shooting
And who was your
guard,
point guard? We gonna go around.
Steph Curry. Steph Curry, my point guard.
And my point guard, like I said before, my point guard is Russell Westbrook, because neither one of them can check him.
see,
But-
that was my second point guard.
And who's your shooting
Who
guard?
can
My
check Steph
shooting
Curry?
guard is hands down Jimmy Butler. The boy is cold.
Ooh.
Wow.
The boy
that's
is
nice,
cold.
dude. That's a nice shot. That's a hot one. And
All right,
who's your
what
shooting
about
guard?
you? The shooting guard.
James Harden. James Harden.
Okay, that's
His defense not.
Now you talking about the players this year. Now remember we said this year. The
Hey,
best
hey,
shooting
hey,
guard.
hey.
Everything else.
Okay, the best shooting guard this year, I'm gonna say was Kobe Bryant.
this year, man. He
This
didn't
year,
play
we
year.
said our 10th for this
He
year.
didn't play this year.
I'm hurt. that you even
Kobe
just
didn't
said
play this
that.
last year. Remember he retired.
But no,
He retired. You
Kobe,
see my shoot.
a real serious Kobe didn't play this
I
year.
hope you not really.
But he,
Okay, can I
it was
elaborate
more
on
like
Can I
go
elaborate?
ahead, Kobe, do
Can
your
I
thing.
elaborate on it? Can I elaborate on it? Can I elaborate?
Do your damage, Kobe.
You gonna let me elaborate? I'm gonna tell you why I said Kobe best player. 5 rings. I can promise you there's not one person in NBA that could check Kobe if he wanted to play. I can promise you. He showed that when he scored 60 points. Shaq before the game said, I bet you can't give me 50. Kobe gave him one bet and gave him 60 at will with 30-something shots. What I know is players in the league that shot 40-something shots could get 20 points.
You know, still Kobe.
He scored 60. Hold on, let me tell you what 60 mean. Let me tell you what 60 mean.
He could do it.
How many times the best player that they call in NBA right now scored 60? Stephen Curry haven't scored 60 in his career yet.
How many
Yes,
times?
he had.
Where? Name
Where?
the game.
He scored 50 or 40. Oh.
Name the game.
Oh,
LeBron James.
His
When
little
LeBron
brother
James dropped
even
60.
dropped it. When
When
he
the
dropped
last-
60.
when the
Was
last
last
time
time
LeBron
he
James
dropped
dropped
60?
What's his career high?
His career high is like 63, 62.
Who told you that?
Who told you?
And what stat is that? What stat did that come from? Against who?
Boy, you look at my phone, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's-
okay.
look
My
at
point
this
exactly.
up.
Kobe had
When
a
was last
season
time
this
LeBron
year.
scored more
Kobe's
than 60?
last game of the season, he had 60 points, the most points scored by a single player this year. And he only averaged 18.3 points
Hey,
a game.
can I-
and he
can
came
I
off
tell
2
you
knee
something?
injuries. But we're gonna move on.
He's done.
Who you? No, we're gonna move on. Who's your small forward?
My small forward would hold it down, LeBron James.
Hold it down, PG-13.
Kawhi Leonard, bomb sauces.
Okay.
Power forward.
Power forward. They put Tim Duncan. I put Anthony Davis.
I put Anthony Davis too. Unless DeMarcus Cousins.
It depends what you think about. He plays center for the Pelicans.
He played power forward.
No, he plays center for the Pelicans. Who that center?
Who they got?
Oh, yeah, my point exactly.
But he
So,
can play power
if
forward. He
you-
came out of college playing power forward.
Yeah.
So who's
Slash
the best?
small
We're
forward.
talking about pure power forwards. Who's the best power forward? Pure power forward.
DeMarcus Cousins not a power forward. Dude.
I had this.
DeMarcus
Matter of
Cousins
fact,
power
let me
forward.
change that. Let me change that. Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka.
Boy, that's the.
Serge
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
Ibaka. Let me.
Who
Serge
your pick?
Ibaka.
Who your pick?
We don't know
Power
no power forward.
Kevin Love. Kevin Love.
Good pick.
Or Dirk. Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki.
Hey, you know Dirk
Okay.
Nowitzki 38. He's
Dirk
only
Nowitzki,
He's
38.
still cooked. But my best power forward this year, stat wise, played for the New York Knicks. Christian Point. What's his? Pine whatever name is.
Oh,
So,
Christian.
He averaged the most points and rebounds as a
Kristaps
power
Porzingis.
forward.
Good pick, man.
As a power forward.
My
Look
G.
the
I
stats
thought
up.
he played center, man.
Yeah.
I thought he
Yeah, but who was the center? You know it was him.
And that boy got a ratchet.
And the
he
boy
got a
could
ratchet.
shoot like he's the next Dirk Nowitzki, but better. And then we're gonna go to centers. I got a two-way tie. And my two-way tie is Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond. And if I had to give another big man, I'm gonna bounce back to the power forward. I would have said LaMarcus Aldridge. I really want to give him that credit, but he didn't do nothing with the Trailblazers when he was with Trailblazers. So the credit he got
did.
this year was Kawhi
He did.
Leonard and Tim. Playoffs, man. Everybody goes to playoffs. It's the playoff. Let me tell you. I can tell you. Ask any great player. No, let me tell you. Okay, and Drummond had about 18 and 15. What's the difference? 2 more points? That's not the point. I'm saying if you look at any great player, LeBron James said it last year, I'd rather lose in the regular season than go to the playoffs and not do nothing. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So if you're satisfied with just going to the playoffs, you don't need to be playing. Get a check, go about your business. But if you talking about the best ones as far as that's dogs about it, Anthony Davis, best center in the league, athletic-wise, blocking-wise, rebound-wise.
defensive-wise, period.
Yeah, you get what I mean? But no, I messed up real wrong. Sorry. Hassan Whiteside.
I was
forgot.
just finna
that
say
man
that.
averaged almost 6
I was ready.
blocks this year.
That was
He
my
almost
pick.
averaged 6 blocks.
That was
like,
my
I
pick.
forgot all
But
about
the
that.
Heat, they told him
Yeah,
7
number
He
21.
tall, he's 6'10".
He's 6.
With a 7'6"
But he's an
wingspan.
average youngster, just
And people don't
houses
understand that
stuff.
Hassan Whiteside been in the league since 2008.
Since
2008. He had his jump ball because you couldn't get the shot because
He's short.
your best friend LeBron was there. So that's why he didn't get his shot.
I mean, he was a role player.
But now we're gonna ride off. As we send our sentence, we're gonna
He's
ride
like,
off
bro.
to who's the best player in the league. After name all those players and bring them to fruition. Who's the best player in the league?
PG-13.
Or give me your to make it better. Who's your top 3 best players in the league?
Oh, top 3. My number 3. I'm gonna slide PG-3 back. It's gonna be number 3. PG-13 number 3. Steph Curry number 2. I'm gonna have to say KD number 1.
Wow. Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and PG. I can't doubt it. The best 3 players in the league, number 3, I'm giving it to LeBron James. The man won a ring. He had the best finals in NBA history. He led the finals in points, assists, steals, blocks, rebounds, and PER, all by himself.
That's good to hear you say that.
So I can give him the 3rd.
Give
Stephen
him-
Curry.
At least credit is given what credit is due.
Of course. Stephen Curry is number 2. Number 1. No, Paul. Yeah, Stephen Curry is number 2. Number 1, I'm going to say the best player overall, Kawhi Leonard. Give it back to him again. And the reason why I'm going to say that because Kawhi Leonard averaged 28 and 8 this year. You get what I mean? Stephen Curry, he averaged about 25. Let me tell you what makes Stephen Curry not the best player in the league right now to me is because he filled in crunch time.
So
Kawhi
you think
Leonard,
Kawhi can carry that team?
I'm gonna tell you why he did it against your team. I'm gonna tell you why.
You think he can carry that team?
Can I tell you why?
No,
Can I
he
tell you
can't
why?
carry that team.
I'm gonna give you 3 seconds.
Without
I'ma give you 3
Tim, Tony, or Manu, you think Kawhi can carry that team?
Can I tell you guys why I
You
said
some
that about
funny
Kawhi?
guy.
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's the reason why they bringing LaMarcus. It's
No,
the reason why they trying to snatch Rondo. It's the reason why they trying to put pieces together.
Can I tell you why those? See, this
You
what you
can't
do if
do
you look
it,
at
bro.
NBA for what it is,
You
and
can't
not
do
because
it.
this your favorite player, or you looking at the way
I'm
the
not
person
even
play.
looking at it
No,
like
no, I'm
that.
saying
I'm
it's
talking
not the way the
about-
person play. I'm gonna tell you about the stats of the NBA. You look at Kawhi Leonard. The whole year when they won the championship that year, Kawhi Leonard averaged about 14, 15 points, about 7, 8 rebounds, about almost 6 assists. And he led the league in steals that year. Quiet the whole year. The finals come. 25-point average. That man averaged a triple-double in the finals that year. Kawhi Leonard. He was like 2.7% away from the assist and the thing. That's why I didn't say, but triple-double rounded to the nearest 10. If you average 20, 10, and 9, 20, 10, and 8, and 9, the nearest 10 might say triple-double right around. Because they call it LeBron when he averaged 28 and 8. So if you look at that sense, Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs, he took over. You think about it, Tim Duncan played 2 games in the championship. He was injured. Man Ginobili was injured. Tony Parker was injured. He was playing with Patty Mills, Neil, Green, Daniel Green.
Daniel Green, good.
He's a shooter. He was playing with Danny Green. If you actually think about it, he didn't play with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan had been there down years. Tim Duncan haven't averaged 10 points in like 3 or 4 years.
They ain't do nothing.
They won a championship. And Kawhi Leonard.
My top 3 players.
You know what I'm saying?
My top 3 players, in all that, would be. I'm gonna start at the top of the list. At the top of the mountain, LeBron James. LeBron is sitting at the top of the mountain for me. I don't care what nobody says.
Sitting at the top of the mountain, his headline.
He's the king right now. Don't want to hear it.
That's why we're on the
In the
crowd. He got the
discussion.
headline back here.
In the discussion. I know you feel me. Number 2. Number 2. I have to give it to Steph Curry. It's unanimous. Like he did nothing but deserve it for real. I hate to do it, but I have to. But number 3. It's tough, but
It's very hard. Russell, Kevin, wow, you got
exactly. You got
some
so
floaters.
much to choose from.
Can we do it better like this? Who's the most valuable person in the NBA?
No,
That's not bad.
no. Let's just keep it the same.
Okay, but that'd be bad. But go ahead.
And I'm gonna give somebody some credit that ain't never been really credited before. Klay Thompson.
Oh, I knew you was.
The boy gets busy.
No, he gets
The
busy
boy gets
every
busy.
other week.
When
He
Steph
gets
get
busy.
coached,
Nah,
the
not every
boy
other week.
gets
Not every
busy.
other week. Don't
Every
give me
other
that.
week he
You know,
gets
Klay
busy.
Thomas is probably the best.
The boy
shooting guard in
gets
the league.
busy.
That's why when you was like
He gets
James
busy.
Harden and y'all was like these shooting guards, I'm like Klay Thomas literally. He could go to another team and be that franchise player. Same way James. He's the James
Yeah.
Harden of the Golden State.
Yeah.
That's who he is. But he's better than James Harden. He played better defense. He's a better offensive player, better rebounder, better shooter. Overall, best shooter guard in the league.
I got a question for you. How far you see Draymond's career going?
Oh, Draymond is the heart of Golden State. He's the heart.
No, I'm talking about how far you see him going. And you think he's
if
just
he
a
leaves
one
Golden
and done?
State, he's just a Golden State. If he leaves Golden State, well, that team
Okay,
breaks up.
well, I can break it like this.
He got the worst future.
We're going to sum it up like this. The only thing we only agreed on today is that LeBron's the best player. He had the best finals.
No, I ain't agree.
So this year for 2015 to 2016 year, LeBron, Nathaniel James, Nash's biggest fan.
His middle name is not Nathaniel.
I'm joking.
It's
No,
Ramon. It's
but all we're
Ramon.
gonna wrap it up. LeBron
You really
James
know
is
his
really
name?
step from
Ramon.
step, player from player. LeBron James is the best player in the NBA, hands down. He
LeBron
proved that in the
Ramon
finals
Fitzgerald.
against our best player of the year. And that's how we wrap up this sports dude.
No, Stephen James Curry, he's really
Catch
the,
your boy hand down, man down on that sports dude.
And I'm on till that halftime Jackson.
and I'm Antonio Streater.
And peace, love,
Happy.
McDonald's.